Hey, and here we are once again for another episode of my discography, my solo recordings, whatever you want to call it. My music. How's that? That's better. Okay, next up is something that changed for me quite a bit at this point. When I was recording the In My Bones CD, I actually, like normally, I usually write a huge amount of songs, and then I just split them up into 2 discs. And at the time, that's what I was doing. So I had a whole CD done, but when the Get Thrashed movie came out, I put that on hold and we put out the Crazy 8 CD. So after that, I put out an album called Unfinished Business. Now, I only put it out digitally just because that's kind of what everybody was doing at the time. And, it was just getting too expensive to mail CDs around the world for people that wanted to buy it, and digital is easier. So people would buy it digitally. It was really before streaming really took off. It was really starting, but it was a little different phase than it is now. So that album came out, and I was approached by a small independent label out of Germany who liked the CD, or liked the music, and heard it. I don't know how they heard it, but they heard it. And they wanted to release it, but the problem with that is who's Steve Cohen? How are they going to sell CDs? So they decided, or we decided, to come up with a name, and I threw some names around. I had some friends, a friend of mine gave me a bunch of names, and I basically looked part of that one that somebody came up with, part of that one. I came up with it, just threw them around, and what I came up with was with the band Cyanide Scream. So the first album was a solo album, was called Unfinished Business, which I'll put the artwork up somewhere in here, the original artwork that my brother did again. And then what came out was this album, and the cover art is my design, and I wish I actually had easy access to all the original artwork, because I do have it somewhere, but it's on a hard drive somewhere that I'll probably find 5 years from now, if hard drives even still work. So there was an evolution of the cover, and the final product I really liked. I drew like a little sketch and scanned it and sent it to the guy, and he sent it to the art department, and they did their thing. This is real nice. This is, full booklet with all the lyrics, with photos, all that good stuff in here. The real deal. And my buddy Lou's on this picture because we actually did a show out in Arizona. And what else do I got in here? There's little inserts for all the other stuff that's on the label at that time. I know that they've kind of went under now or stopped because, people just aren't buying CDs, and for a small label, it's tough to manufacture and distribute. So this came out in 2011. And 14 songs. So my original version, which was a solo release, had only 13, but I had an extra track, so I wanted to make it a little special, and I put that extra song on there. And the extra track was, I think, was called Right Through the Heart. I think that was the last one. But it just had full distribution around the world. And this is, when you're a musician, an original musician, let me rephrase that. When you pick up a guitar, you want to be a musician and get a record deal and tour and all that good stuff and make lots of money. But reality is that just trying to get a record deal is impossible. But these people here believed in my product and were willing to put their money behind it. And I did not renew my contract just because I just really, it was nice to say I had it, but I just needed to do my own thing. Now, what was cool about it, and this is kind of rare, that they sent out this promotional mailer for promotion only, it says on there. It's got the CD booklet with the CD, and then it came with this nice poster. I'm trying to read it, but I know part of it was in English, and I think the flip side was, half in English, and I guess it's going to be German maybe, because it was a German label. Shows how much I know. But maybe I'll try and scan this and see if I can insert that picture somewhere. But that was cool that they did that, It was kind of different for me. And for the first time, I didn't have to put any money out for anything, so that was nice. This is pretty cool. And I guess what I wanted to say is that when I was recording the In Your Face CD, I already had a deal, and I know that it was being worked on, but I didn't tell anybody. So unfortunately, I feel bad, but the drummer had no idea that I already had a deal. But you never know what's going to happen with things. So I'm not one of those people that like to put the cart before the horse. I want you to see the whole thing, but I want you to see the horse first. So until it's ready to go and I got a physical copy in my hand, or even if it's a band I'm putting together, you're not going to hear about it until you hear about a show. That's just how I am. And I see a lot of people put out information about stuff. Oh, I started a new band and we're going to be great. And then you never hear crickets, 8 months later. And then, I'm going to start a band. It's going to be great. Or this is the band. It's just, stop. You're not impressing anybody. You look silly. So until you have something to put out, a physical product, don't say a word about it. That's my 2 cents. Hey, anyways, like, subscribe, comment, share. Do all the good things associated with getting the word out there. And these are still for sale. I have them. And I think I might have told you before in one of the other episodes about people selling stuff for ridiculous amounts. I've seen this and the follow-up on eBay or even on Amazon at one point, like $200. I'm like, are you kidding me? $200? I'll sell you 10 of them for $100 each. I mean, what the heck? That's just crazy. I have them. They're available on eBay. And if you live out of the country, I'm sure you can find them someplace. But thanks for watching, all right? This one was a long one because I had a lot to say, I guess. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.